Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. Today is it's Monday, the 28th day of November. National French Toast Day.
French
Heidi's
toast.
a big fan of French toast.
I am a
It's
huge
French toast.
fan.
Yeah, and it's also Cyber Monday, and I know a lot of folks are going to be doing that. And that's all we have, those two things. But I'm going to spend the rest of my time telling you, you know who my Movie Star Monday guest is?
Who's that?
Kirk Cameron.
I love
this.
Kirk
I got to tell you,
Cameron.
3 years in the making, by the way.
Yeah.
Been working with the production company for 3 years to get this lined up, and there's been like 3 different times where it was going to happen and something happened. So I never announce that, hey, I got this, until I know it's a sure thing. And I got Kirk's number, so there's no getting away from me now, Kirk. So no, I'm super excited to visit with him. Again, Kirk Cameron. When I was a kid, he was on this little show called Growing Pains, and Mr. Mike Seaver on there, and I loved that show, and I loved his character. And I'm excited, a lot of amazing movies that he's done, but the new one that he's got coming out, well, it's actually out right now. The new one that he's got out right now, I am so excited to chat with him about it. We'll do that in a bit.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At BetterCreditCards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Spicy foods equal a spicy life. Or at least it seems, according to a survey. People who enjoy spicy foods are more likely to consider themselves hot. 2,000 adults were polled in an effort to find if there's any personality correlations between spicy food enthusiasts. What did they find? Spicy food eaters are more likely to enjoy trying other new things as well, 76% of the time. They consider themselves attractive, 62% of the time. They're more content with their lives, 66% of the time. And those with milder heat preferences, 93% of the respondents prefer some level of heat in their food, by the way. 4 in 10, 36%, say they go for medium. 33% go for mild. 24% like to spice it up to the hottest they can get. What else did they find out about those spicy people? They're more likely to describe themselves as creative and confident and adventurous. Meanwhile, those who walk on the mild side, they describe themselves as empathetic and shy. Oh, by the way, heads up, in case you expect to see your hot wings loving Uncle Larry over the holidays, those who love spicy foods are more likely to stir the pot at get-togethers, causing drama with family and friends. I don't really like things spicy. So I don't know if I agree with this because
I kind of it depends on what it is. I like things spicier than probably you do.
I would not consider myself empathetic and shy. That's
But
I like to walk on the mild side. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by RadioTravelGroup.com. Heidi, did you know grabbing just 30 seconds of sunlight every morning could slash your chances of developing most types of cancer? 30 seconds.
Other than melanoma.
Well, I suppose. Dr. Mohammed Mundib Khan says that less than a half a minute exposure to the sun's near-infrared light between sunrise and 9 a.m. could offer a higher level of protection to adults and children than eating 2,500 bananas or a kilogram of Brazil nuts per day. 2,500 bananas? That's a lot of bananas, man. Did I read that right?
He happens to be a struggling dermatologist, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah. And he's got apparently stake in a banana farm. Stepping outside during this time could cut your odds of developing cancer from 1 in 2 chance to 1 in 10. That's a big deal. So this NIR, which is, again, near infrared light, it happens early in the morning, from like sunrise till 9 a.m. So apparently that is when we're supposed to get the most of that. All right, we didn't know everything, but now we know this. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Quentin Tarantino made a deal that he was going to do 10 movies and that's it. And now he's up to 9 movies. And they're like, so what do you say? You're going to be
You better make
doing
sure that
one
last one's a doozy.
He confirmed his next movie will be his last.
Wow.
So he's done 9 standalone films over the last 3 decades, plus a couple of other things that he was like a part of, but he's like, that doesn't count. It's not the same thing. And I agree with him. He's 59. He said, I've been doing this for 30 years. It's time to wrap up the show. I am an entertainer. I want to leave you wanting more. So that's pretty cool. Okay. And Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are starting their own production company that promises to put creatives first in terms of less corporate red tape and more money long term. Their new studio, Artists Equity, will seek to create entrepreneurial partnerships with filmmakers. That's kind of cool.
That's a great idea. Instead of remaking everything.
Yeah, so that's really neat. Big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At BetterCreditCards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Here's what we're going to talk about for the next couple minutes.
Okay.
How to tell if it's a cold, a flu, or allergies.
Oh, you're going through this right now.
That is why I'm checking into this. Some health experts say colds and the flu are viral infections that usually bring fever, aches, and fatigue. Allergies do not come with a fever, so I think maybe mine's allergies. If you're sneezing and blowing your nose endlessly, it could be a cold or it could be allergies, but a cold will leave after a week to 10 days. Allergies linger forever, it seems. Allergies are not accompanied by pain or upset stomach or exhaustion like the flu is, so that would be the flu if you've got that. Symptoms for allergies include allergy shiners, where blood vessels under your eyes dilate, creating dark circles, and an allergy salute, where people constantly rub their nose.
Oh, yeah.
For colds, well, Grandma was right. Chicken soup really is a good remedy, though doctors still don't really know why. So, after hearing all of that, Heidi, what is your diagnosis for me?
I think you have a cold.
Is that what you think it is?
Yes, I do.
I think it's an allergy. I think I'm allergic to you.
Do you really? After all these years.
It just took 23 years to find that out. Okay, maybe it's not that. I do think I have a cold. So do I have advice for people who have any of these? No, this story doesn't tell me what to do. I was hoping I would read this and it would give me some advice and I'd be able to do that. I've been doing everything I can to try to not sound awful here. So if I sound a little bit funny, now you know why. All right, that is your scoop of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on this Movie Star Monday. Super excited to visit with Mr. Kirk Cameron. Hello, sir. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great.
Well,
nice to be talking with you, John.
It's great to be talking to you. We've had your sister on the program. We're very excited to have you on the program as well. And this new film film that's out right now has done so well, and this looks amazing. Tell me a little bit about LifeMark.
Well, LifeMark is a very special story. I first learned of it when somebody sent me a short documentary, and it was a true story about an 18-year-old girl who found herself with an unplanned pregnancy. She changes her mind on the abortion table and places her child up for adoption. She hides the whole situation and thinks she'll never see her child again. And then 19 years later, she's contacted by her biological son, and he wants to meet with her. She thinks he probably hates her guts for abandoning him, but he meets her, wraps her up in this loving hug, and says, "Thank you for the choice that you made. I love my life. I've got a great family."
Yeah.
And the story just takes off from there. And I knew that this was a story that had to be told. And so I called my friends, the Kendrick brothers, who made War Room and Fireproof and Courageous, and said, "Guys, what do you think?" They said, "Let's make it together." So we did. It came out into the movie theaters over the summer, and it's been having a real big impact across the nation.
I love that this film is going to be an amazing tool for people who are in the adoption equation, whether they were adopted or they gave up a child for adoption.
And there's another group that's involved in that story as well, and that is the parents, the couples all across the nation who are not able to have children and praying that they could adopt one or two or four, like my wife and I did. We have 6 children, and 4 of our children are adopted. My wife is also an adopted child. So I'm hoping that LifeMark opens people's eyes and they have a whole new perspective on the adoption option. We believe that adoption is the loving choice in a difficult, unplanned pregnancy that takes into consideration not only the needs of the mother, but also the needs of the child, and also the hopes and dreams of couples who are longing to start families. And I hope people see LifeMark. It's a tearjerker. It's also got lots of humor and action. There's skydiving and cliff jumping and high school wrestling and ATV racing, along with some hilarious moments that really balance out those tearjerker, grab your heart storyline.
And in this film, you get to be the father of this adopted young man. And what was it like portraying a real person, first of all, because this is based on a real character, Jimmy is. And what was it like playing a real person and also kind of being a character that maybe hits a little close to home, because this is similar to you in real life?
Yeah, well, I've had the privilege of playing characters that have hit close to home a lot of times. You know, when it was Mike Stever, I felt like it was just me. You know, that's me sneaking out the window. That's me cheating on my math test. Except Mike had the advantage of 12 writers writing his jokes, so he was a lot funnier than me.
Nice.
But here in LifeMark, this was a chance for me to express my heart and my love for adoption and our adopted children in some of the scenes in the movie. And having the opportunity to meet the real Jimmy Scotton, that's the character I play in the movie, he was different than me. And so that was lots of fun. He's very quiet, just soft-spoken, but a huge heart for his family, full of faith and love for his son and for the biological mother and father. And it's really a beautiful story, and it was lots of fun to play Jimmy Scotton.
And this is now available. It was in theaters and did really, really well in theaters, but it's available for streaming. So if people want to see it streaming, or if they'd like to get a DVD or a Blu-ray, it's available in so many ways now. And I think it's a perfect timing right before the holidays.
So if you're getting together with family and kids, it's good for everybody. The whole family can see it. And as for it being a good movie, well, if Rotten Tomatoes scores mean anything, the audience score on LifeMark is 97%,
nice.
Which is really amazing. But even more amazing is that the critics' review on Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 100%.
Oh, wow.
Which is phenomenal. We are having a hard time believing that we've got no negative reviews on LifeMark. We have 100% Rotten Tomatoes scores.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to chat. I love the opportunity to visit with you. I remember as a kid watching you on TV. Now we've seen you in many wonderful movies, and I love the movies that you pick to be in, because I'm sure there's a lot of opportunities that come your way, but the ones that you choose, I think you just knock it out of the park.
Well, man, you're encouraging me a lot, and I appreciate you saying that. Thanks for having me on your show. Thanks for all the good work that you do, and I hope you have a great Christmas.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, sir. Again, Kirk Cameron has been our guest today, and he is the executive producer, and he also plays Jimmy in the new film LifeMark. It's available now through streaming. I've got a link to all of the information and the trailer. Like I said, the trailer even had me choked up. It's all in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, bettercreditcards.com. We're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
William Shakespeare had a curse engraved on his tombstone to prevent anybody from moving his bones. Ooh,
Oh.
I should do that.
You think someone's going to steal your bones,
I don't
baby?
know why. I don't know why anybody would do any of that. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
It's a myth that no two snowflakes are exactly the same. In 1988, a scientist found two identical snow crystals in Wisconsin. So there you go. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Before settling on 7 dwarfs we know today, Disney considered some different names like Chesty, Tubby.
Chesty.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a female. I'm not really sure what's going on. Tubby, Burpy, Deafy, Hickey,
Deafy.
Wheezy, and Awful. Wow, I think that they went with the right ones.
Jeez.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
People who feel an urge to correct other people's grammar are actually suffering from a form of OCD known as grammar pedantry syndrome. Go ahead and correct me on that if you'd like. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
People who complain tend to live longer. That explains a lot. Your grandmother's going to be around. Yep.
Oh, my.
All right. I love you, Grandma. Awkward. There you go. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. Yay! It's brought to you by Mintervention.com. Heidi, here's your question. 26% of Americans say they prefer this as the main course for their Thanksgiving. They would prefer this. They don't get it. They get turkey. But what would they prefer? 26%.
Ham.
No, steak. Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
you know.
So, yeah, last
Who
week.
doesn't like a good steak?
Last week, a lot of folks had their Thanksgiving turkey in America. They could have had a Thanksgiving steak if they would have gotten their way. Those 26% anyway. I'll take a steak anytime. I'll take a turkey anytime. I have a weight problem.
I will take whatever somebody's giving me as long as I don't have to
You
cook
making
it.
it? Sounds good to me. I'll take it. All right. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Who knew when you shell out $250 for those fancy Apple AirPod Pros, you could also be set with some hearing aids. A group of Taiwanese researchers have found using AirPod Pros can be just as effective as a professional hearing aid, according to them. 2016, Apple released a feature called Live Listen. It allows you to use your AirPods for sound amplification purposes. Researchers tested 4 different devices with 21 participants with mild to moderate hearing loss. They found that AirPod Pros performed comparable to basic hearing aids in a quiet environment, only slightly less effective than premium hearing aids in a noisy environment. AirPods Pros perform similarly to premium hearing aids. The study author said that whether it's because of the cost or due to social stigma, people are reluctant to invest in regular hearing aids, but this information could be a good starting point in assisting those with compromised hearing. Because then when you wear them, instead of looking like you can't hear, you just look like a hipster.
Right.
So there you go. So I'm gonna.
That makes sense to me.
See if my mom wants to look like a hipster.
There you go.
Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Time now for the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. New study from a password management service, NordPass, reveals the most popular choices of passwords for 2022. Everyone, which is estimated to take less than a second to crack, by the way, with an expert hacker. Here's the top 10. Do they look familiar? It's because it's the same almost every year. So number 1, password. Yeah, password is just the word
Quit
password.
using
Don't
that.
do that. The number 2 password, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Right.
The number 3 password, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, the number 4 password, guest. Number 5 password, QWERTY, like the top keys on the keyboard.
Okay.
Number 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Number 7 on the list, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Number 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 9, I don't understand. COL, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is the COL?
I have no idea.
And then the number 10 thing on the list here for passwords is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If you use any of these for your passwords,
Stop it immediately.
yes, seek help immediately. I'll help you come up with a better password. I mean, there's some really good tricks to come up with great passwords. I would tell you my trick, but then you'd know my
Then
password.
you would know his passwords.
All right, the list comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At BetterCreditCards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. Comes your way courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Quote today is from Ellen DeGeneres. She said, "Procrastinate now. Don't put it off." I love that. That is so funny. I don't know if you've noticed, my sense of humor is very much on the dumb side. Like dumb quotes like that, because that's a dumb quote. But it's clever.
That one is cute.
It is cute, but it's dumb. It's dumb, it's clever all at the same time, and that's
She
my kind
was
of thing.
an amazing stand-up
I
comic.
hope she does that again now that she's not doing the show all the time. It'd be cool to see her do stand-up again. Quote of the day comes your way courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of RadioTravelGroup.com. Drones can be crucial during natural disasters by transporting supplies to people in need, but what if the delivery drones themselves were made of food? A team at the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology developed a small flying craft with wings made of rice cakes that would enable it to deliver more life-sustaining nutrition or medication. To fashion a wing, the rice cakes are laser cut into hexagons. They're fixed together by gelatin, and then they're wrapped in a protective plastic before being stuck on the drone. Gelatin was found to be an adequate adhesive. The wingspan of about 27 inches, or 70 centimeters, results in enough rice cake and gelatin to deliver the equivalent of one breakfast serving, with 80 grams remaining of payload of vitamins or water. Developers say the wings taste like a crunchy Rice Crisp cookie with a little touch of raw gelatin. That doesn't sound yummy to me.
No.
Here's the thing that I'm thinking. If you eat part of the drone, you can't really send the drone back down. So wherever you happen to be, you're there, and they unload it, and you eat part of the drone. Now they can't bring more stuff because, well, they ate the blades off the drone. Wouldn't it make more sense to leave the blades on the drone so it could just bring more food?
It would seem so, yes.
I might be overthinking this, and maybe I don't understand what they're working on. But it sounds to me like maybe this is self-defeating. Again, I'm probably not reading it properly. It wouldn't have been sent to me as good news if it wasn't good news, right?
You would think, but
so I'm
it's
sure
hard
it
to
is good
say.
news. Now I'm going to have to try to taste a drone and see if they're delicious because, again, according to this, you can eat the blades. I think it's just special drones. I don't think it's all drones. Good news comes your way courtesy of radiotravelgroup.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.